Katt Williams is back. Just like that, Katt Williams is back with another interview. This time on the brother Willie D's channel. Shout out to Willie D for getting the exclusive. Of course, Katt is one of the most sought after interviews probably right now after the Shannon Sharpe interview. But I thought this was interesting, and I wanted to check on this clip because he goes in depth on the situation between him and Wanda Smith and the infamous radio roast.
You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
yes,
big
ma'am.
in prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same.
One of the most viral moments on this channel. One of the most eloquent and clean comedy roasts on the radio that we've ever seen. He talked about it on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, but in here, I think he adds a couple different layers of missing information.
You was on this radio station in Atlanta, and this host made a joke about you, and you ate you killed a man. I don't know how long that was, but man, I was like, time out, call the police, something, stop the slaughter, man. You was like, you really did a bad, and you didn't. I don't know curse one time.
I was just going to say, be very careful when you say how badly I did her, because I never called her out of her name.
But that's what I'm saying.
I was very composed.
That's my point.
But let me explain
You're
let me
one
give you
of
the
the
exclusive.
No, let me make the point.
Okay.
You're one of the few only you and Bruce I've ever seen do that before. Destroy
Shout out to Bruce
or someone that was challenging you or whatever. Destroy them for several minutes. Bruce killed this chick for about, I don't know, man, about 25, 30 minutes one night in Houston. And I never seen anybody else do that but you. 25, just back to back, gut busting, same person,
right.
No cuss words.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before, so how were you able to maintain your composure for that long?
Well,
a long question.
A very interesting thing happens when you try to trap something that's bigger than your trap. So imagine you set out a trap for a turtle and a rhinoceros steps into it. It's going to be a whole different situation now. So this lady behind the scenes is begging me to come into this interview that I've not scheduled, that I don't want to do, that I'm not dressed for, that nobody's called me about. She just wants it.
After seeing what he did on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, I can see why she did. She knew it would be viral. She didn't think it was going to be for that reason that she got roasted. But I could see why she was like, oh, this is my opportunity to get Katt Williams in the studio. This is going to be big.
She just wants it. To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want to end me for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... This is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room and doesn't mention the Emmy and immediately begins to... Because this is a comedian. You're trying to undermine me. Atlanta is a heavily LGBTQ plus positive city. And the fact that you having a heavy gay fan base would try to degrade me, a heterosexual, by making it seem like I'm gay.
Right.
Gay people don't feel that way about me. Why would you? So it was a terrible thing that she found herself in. And comedically, you're outmatched. My defense is impenetrable. My offense will have the precise amount of viciousness that's necessary. If that means no cussing, that's fine. I don't want to talk to you and hurt heavy-set women's feelings or dark-skinned women's feelings or women who wear wigs feelings. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm bantering with you because you keep acting like you're qualified to do that. Yeah. So, it was a setup.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be prevail if I'm being set up.
You think Buddy was in on it? Her co-host? You think he was in on that? He didn't appear
No,
to be
no,
in.
no, no.
Frank
Because
Ski?
here's the whole thing. He kept trying to get her to pull the plug on this, and
Right.
she kept not. So she didn't understand even after we cut. She didn't understand what had happened. She still thought that she had been victorious. And, yeah.
And then she tried.
That's crazy. The level of, I don't know how you could get that wrong. How you cannot see that you just got outclassed and outmatched on your own show and think it was a victory. Like, she probably thought those jokes were landing. I think if you look back at some of the moments in that clip, at the end of it, you could tell how she would start laughing at herself. She thought she had maybe somebody in the room that was agreeing with her, and maybe that would transfer that it was an even battle, but it was so one-sided. It was so one-sided that, I mean, well, obviously the next day she felt it. And then the next day you wake up and you realize where you really are. She had that moment, and then she got on the radio and was acting like a victim.
She still thought that she had been victorious. And yeah.
And then she tried to play the victim.
No, she played the victim. Her husband was willing to kill one of the greatest comedians to...
Wow. When you say it like that?
I'm saying. And remember, all of this has to happen. I have to allow it to happen. I have to also preserve my life. And then after I do all of that, then I have to not press charges on you to these police. As if a crime has not been committed upon me.
A pimp named Slickback.
Wow. See, that's interesting too, because I forget about that part of it. Like at the beginning, right when it happened, I remember after the incident that happened between her husband and KATT at the club, KATT was trying to protect, I guess, the possibility of, sending her whole family up the river. Several people could have got arrested for threatening KATT. Even if he did just want to, flash the gun at him and scare him. Like you can't move like that. And so, but that's interesting, man. Once again, one of the most complete and total dissections on a roast stage. Katt Williams versus Wanda Smith, man. And I definitely believe KATT felt ambushed. Like, I don't know what was going through her head, why she felt like she had to do that. But like, I don't think that if somebody requests you to not speak about their children and not speak about, sensitive issues such as their jail record in an interview, most of the time people respect that. Radio is pretty straightforward like that. You can make those requests, especially if you're somebody as famous as a Katt Williams. But for some reason, she just called the audible at the last minute and was like, I'm going rogue. I'm taking this interview off the cliff. And Frank Ski couldn't stop her. Red Grant couldn't stop her. I really originally thought she was there to talk to Red Grant. And KATT was just an additional guest. But like he said, she begged them to come on the show. Because now we see the power of getting a Katt Williams interview. Just like Willie D. Willie D is about to experience a nice little surge from having Katt Williams on here for an hour. Shannon Sharp, legendary video. That video still going. I don't know. We should do like a running tally of this video. 38 million views. And it just keeps going. Hits keep coming, man. Yeah, it's getting about 260,000 views per hour. That's ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, go check out the full video on Willie D's channel, Willie D Live. Here it is right here. Katt Williams goes in again, clears the air after breaking the internet. 3 hours, already 400,000 views. Katt is the golden guest, man. You can't beat it. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. This is Faucette Media.